lot of you guys wanted proof. This is Kiyomi. That's me. That's Kiyomi. Again, that's me. I love Kiyomi. I don't really know Micah like that, but I'm not hating on them. But a lot of people have been saying stuff about the family. Not everything is as it seems. But yes, they are cousins. That's it. It's not their marriage or anything. A lot of people are saying they're not cousins or it's a joke. It's not a joke. They are cousins. The cousin thing, you can find that online. It's on her YouTube. It's in some of her old TikTok and Twitch stuff. So, and she did make that comment. Somebody posted it where she said that they are actually second cousins, which they are.
Back in 2024, Kiyomi and Micah initially gained popularity for vlogging their daily lives as teenage parents living in a van.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
They started gaining popularity after they shared their struggles with accidental pregnancy.
I found out I was pregnant when we were in North Carolina, living in our car, and I was like, fuck, this is not good.
We didn't want to have a baby.
Yeah, we were
We'll
not
just say
trying to
that.
have a baby. We were actually not planning on having a baby ever.
They also shared that before living in a van, they had been living in a car and had seriously contemplated having an abortion.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of comments being like, why do you have a baby if you live in a van? Well, we lived in a car and we weren't planning on having the baby.
We're living in a Honda Fit, scrunched in there with solar panels on top.
Yeah.
Living outside of gyms, traveling the world or the United States.
We weren't trying to have a baby. I got a pill to terminate the pregnancy.
Yes.
Because that was the plan.
The couple delved into family vlogging and shared nitty-gritty details about their relationship and parenthood journey.
And I'll be honest, I wasn't probably the best, most thoughtful boyfriend during a difficult time while you're pregnant and certain things like that. I viewed you as kind of still very capable and not really anything's different.
Yeah.
And so maybe hindsight, but also, you know what, I was slightly angry that this had happened because I felt like I was trying to be really careful about this.
Including shockingly messy details about Micah's religious family who actively prevented Kiyomi from being able to terminate her pregnancy.
Well, none of them believe in abortion. They all think it's like the same as putting a baby in the head, apparently.
We strongly don't view it that way.
Had been destroyed by his mom
And
without our permission, obviously.
yes, and I lost my lid. You know, shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
You know, I cussed my parents out.
Oh, they also
That's-
told my parents after I asked them not to. I was like, I'll tell my parents because I don't want that coming from you, but then they told my parents. So that was honestly the main driving factor into like us deciding to keep the pregnancy, was that we didn't want to have both of our families looking at us like we're murderers.
We were kind of forced into this situation because they took something of ours.
Even worse, after pressuring the young couple into having the baby, their families refused to help them out because they weren't married.
We were like, okay, I guess we're keeping this fucking baby, so we obviously need a place to stay. And I was trying to get into Section 8 housing. I was trying to figure out how we could get our own place because neither of our families were willing to accommodate us with, you know, a place to live since we weren't married. We decided on getting a van.
Kiyomi and Micah's story helped gain viewers' support, and they slowly but surely started gaining a modest audience. Currently, Kiyomi has over 2 million followers on TikTok, over 300,000 on Instagram, and almost 600,000 subscribers on YouTube. As they progressed into becoming full-blown family vloggers, they started sharing every moment of their Sunni's childhood on the internet.
Tell me if I could send my heart to you, so when I
In fact, Kiyomi's most popular videos on TikTok all heavily feature their daughter Sunni from the time she was an infant.
Look what Micah is doing. I'm pranking her. You're doing it wrong.
You wanna help me?
Yeah.
Where are we putting it?
We're making like a pyramid.
I wanna keep the one.
And even as a toddler.
I am ready, is about to set sail. This kind of day.
Kiyomi's followers can't seem to get enough content featuring Suni. Their content also heavily revolved around being homeless and how they struggled to make ends meet. While sharing their journey as teenage parents abandoned by their families got them a moderate following, it was something far darker that put them on the internet's radar. Yeah, you read that right. The homeless couple is currently going viral because the internet speculates that they're actually cousins. As they gained more views, people began to suspect that something was off.
Of why they're not married, because yes, they aren't actually married. However, despite not being married, weirdly enough, they have the same last name. And it's not a common last name like Smith or Baker or Carpenter. It's Vinning or Vining, I'm not too sure. Either way, not exactly a surname that you hear every day. I mean, what are the chances of that?
Soon, screenshots of Kiyomi and Micah's siblings and family members' social media profiles started to surface, all sharing the last name Vining.
Micah's brother's last name is Vinning, and Kiyomi's mom's last name is Vinning. So there's absolutely no doubt that they're not cousins, especially since she had made a video in the past explaining how they were related, which is kind of disturbing, bro, because, like, I used to watch them and, yeah.
Viewers also became suspicious when, despite belonging to extremely religious families, the two still hadn't gotten married. Many speculated they weren't legally able to get married due to incest laws. To make matters worse, Kiyomi's longtime followers also came forward sharing that Kiyomi had first introduced Micah as her cousin in her vlogs. I remember she made a video replying to a comment that was along the lines of, "You and your boyfriend are so cute." Again, this was around 2020, so I don't remember if that is what exactly was said, to which she replied with a video explaining that Micah was her cousin. The video was basically explaining how they were related and how they grew up together. When Kiyomi came back from her hiatus, I was shocked and excited upon knowing she had a baby. Because she had previously introduced Micah as her cousin years before, nothing bad came to mind when I frequently saw him in videos. Then she began to introduce him as her boyfriend, and I was taken aback. Isn't Micah her blood cousin? Upon even more digging, Micah's old Instagram posts and stories from 2018 also showed him referring to Kiyomi as his cousin. As we all know, nothing on the internet ever stays hidden. Users even dug up old photos of the two families going on vacations together and being part of the same Christian community. Many were still in utter disbelief, and couples fans defended them by insisting they were second cousins or family friends. On one of her vlogs, Kiyomi also claimed that she and Micah were only second cousins. So, of course, the internet went digging once again for even more substantial proof and came back with their ancestry chart and family tree.
Let's start with both Micah and Kiyomi's common ancestor, their grandma/great-grandmother, Kiyomi's great-grandmother, and Micah's grandmother. So we know that Selma got her last name Vinning, or Vining, however it's pronounced, through her husband Ronald. And while they had 9 children, let's focus on David and Walter. Both Selma and Ronald had 9 children. David Vinning marries Hisaye Chung. And by the way, this is on marriage record. So as it says, David Vinning and Hisaye Chung got married. And together they have Joshua R. Vinning. Joshua ends up marrying Angie, and for proof, his birth record has his mother's maiden name, Chung. And this record shows that Joshua marries Kiyomi's mom. So Joshua and Angie end up having Kiyomi. Now let's go to Walter Vinning. Walter marries Mitzi Jean. On this record it shows spouse Mitzi Jean. And both Walter and Mitzi have 6 children, but I was too lazy to write all their names. But we do know that they have Micah and Walter. Walter is Micah's brother. Here it shows Walter.
So, it turns out that Micah is Kiyomi's dad's first cousin. Technically, they're first cousins once removed. This newfound evidence left the internet shocked and disgusted.
Young parents, people hate on them is because they knew that they were cousins and still had a baby. They engaged in an incestuous relationship and had a baby. The same baby that they live in a van with. So people have some good reasons to hate on them. And it's not because they're young parent. I'm about to be a young parent. I'm 23. But I didn't fuck my cousin.
Not only were people ethically and morally disturbed by the two's close blood ties, but they were also concerned about the genetic impact this would have on their daughter. However, Kiyomi and Micah, despite knowing the risks of having children with a cousin, ended up having another baby, Mickey.
Hello. Here I am with my freaking Zygote 2.0. Check them out. Did the unboxing yesterday morning.
Others were also rightfully concerned about how their children could potentially be bullied for their parents' relationship.
Sounds crazy, but I'm really scared for their daughter. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, a lot of these people want them to make, like, a full expose about it and clear up the air, but I'm also just like, guys, because if they are siblings, I mean, like, cousins, what about their daughter? Like, she has school to go to. She has, like, and that's part of the issue of, like, family bloggers and putting their daughter in the limelight of their career, but, like, I feel really bad if you go to school and everyone just knows that about you. And
despite the mountain of evidence, some of Kiyomi and Micah's fans continue to support them blindly, even going as far as to throw shade at the people who went digging about their pasts.
I'm like a bird. I don't know where my soul is.
Right, and also genuinely, what are we gonna do? Like, she's already had 2 children. What can we do about that? Just because they're famous doesn't mean they don't deserve privacy. I felt more icky about people stalking them like that than them being cousins. What complicates matters even more is the fact that viewers also started analyzing their relationship timeline. It turned out that the two had started a sexual relationship when Kiyomi was only 17 and Micah was 21. The internet added 2 and 2 and realized that Micah might have turned Kiyomi into a sexual relationship when she was a minor.
People worried that one of them was preying on the other. And this is a big concern people have with Kiyomi and Micah because there is a 4-year age gap. Where the issue lies is that Micah has admitted on camera that he had a crush on Kiyomi when she was 14 years old.
He was 21 and she was 17. There's no defending that, period. He admits he had a crush on her when she was 14 and then gets in her pants 3 years later when she's almost legal. I don't know why there's tiptoeing about how disgusting that is. Why are we ignoring the huge mental maturity difference between these ages? He was a victim, but victims can become perps. And he's getting soft treatment because he has a child now? I don't get it. Started dating when she was 17 and him 21. They're cousins. They're from the same area. He jokes that he was attracted to her when she was 14. Yeah, I understand where the grooming allegations are coming from here. Old clips also started surfacing in which Micah admitted he found Kiyomi attractive when she was only 14 years old. Since he's 4 years older than her, that means he was 18 at the time.
I did like Kiyomi when she was like 14 though. I don't know if that means anything.
Is that funny? No.
Creators were also concerned about the legal implications of their relationship since it is a felony to have a sexual relationship with a minor. However, Micah and Kiyomi didn't seem to care much about the incest and grooming allegations. In fact, they can't seem to stop joking about these serious concerns. Upon being called out for having an inbred baby, this was how they chose to respond.
Also, a lot of people think that our baby is inbred. I'll show you right now, she's not. Wait. Oh my god. Micah.
No.
She is inbred. Why are you inbred, dude?
The video has been deleted, however, many more instances of the couple making incest jokes kept popping up. Micah made a disgusting comment about it. If he was their son, Mickey, he would want to be breastfed by Kiyomi till he was an adult.
Like, wild to me.
If your mom was hot, though, like, nurse me till I'm 18. You know, like... Like you, like if I was Mickey, I'd be like, nurse me for a while.
Okay. Stop.
He has an incest fetish, I'm convinced. He wants to breastfeed so bad, apparently. I feel like he keeps bringing up breastfeeding specifically. He didn't have to include if I was Mickey, like WTF. If my boyfriend made a sexual joke about me and my son, it would be raps. Micah also made a creepy joke about how he wished Kiyomi was his mother.
I kind of low-key wish you were my mom, dude. But then I couldn't have you as a girlfriend.
You get stuck on my titties.
The internet was shocked. Not only did they come under fire for incest, but they continued to joke about it like it was no big deal. Unfortunately, allegations of and incest are not the only concerning aspects of Kiyomi and Micah's relationship. Apart from allegedly his much younger cousin and eventually impregnating her, the internet also noticed that Micah was also not the best partner. I really do like Kiyomi and Suni, and I do believe Kiyomi deeply loves her daughter, even if Kiyomi needs to mature with her parenting. Like her microfacial expressions for every little thing Suni does is, but I just hate the way Micah treats Kiyomi. Like, I'm gonna list some examples. Number one, when he burnt her hair. There's a TikTok of him literally burning off her hair and laughing about it. Weirdo. 2, blaming her and yelling at her for getting pregnant. She even recalls feeling lonely during her pregnancy, and he still didn't seem to care how badly her first pregnancy affected her. 3, telling her where and what tattoos she can get. 6, calling her fat even as jokes. Like, she's obviously insecure with her body. Let's go back to their vlog about their unplanned pregnancy. Micah recounts how he was angry at Kiyomi for getting pregnant, leaving Kiyomi to feel lonely and isolated.
And I'll be honest, I wasn't probably the best, most thoughtful boyfriend during a difficult time while you're pregnant and certain things like that. I viewed you as kind of still very capable and not really anything's different.
Yeah.
And so maybe hindsight, but also, you know what, I was slightly angry that this had happened because I felt like I was trying to be really careful about this and you were being less careful about it.
Yeah.
He also actively blames Kiyomi for the unplanned pregnancy, even though she shared how hard it had been for her to become pregnant at such a young age.
And I think that coupled with, at the time, I just felt like I didn't have anyone that was really there for me.
I wasn't there for her.
Yeah,
I wasn't really
was
there
just...
for her. I was like thinking this is really her fault.
I mean, it was.
I think it was mostly her fault because I said, you know, hey, take the plan B.
Creators also noticed Micah's controlling behavior towards Kiyomi. He wouldn't let her buy a soda and also claimed Kiyomi had a food addiction.
It does come off as a bit controlling. Like he tells Kiyomi she can't have an Olipop because it's more than $2.
No, I haven't tried that one. How much?
$2.49.
Oh my god.
They're overpriced. And they were homeless. But still, it's like she's bringing in money. She should be able to buy the soda that she wants.
If my math is right, that means 9 people subscribed within the last 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
Not that I care because I don't even make money off of this. It all goes to her and her food addiction.
I don't have a food addiction.
Just goes out and spends it all on food. Actually, you guys unsubscribe because it's really not going to a good cause.
You have to feed your child and your wife.
Just to feed you, bro.
Another creator found it extremely concerning how Micah wouldn't let Kiyomi get piercings or tattoos if he didn't approve of them.
You could definitely get a snake bite, Kiyomi. I just would be
I think
upset.
it would look. Can I get two?
I'd be a little bit upset.
Can I get both of them?
You can do that. I would just be a little bit upset.
See, I don't want you to be a
It would
little bit
hurt me
upset.
inside.
In case you're wondering why I'm not just going and doing it professionally, Micah said no to that because it costs too much money.
Oh god. If she wants to spend money on a septum piercing, just let her do it. She's a grown-ass woman. I mean, I understand you met her at 14, so you might still see her as the teenager that you know and love. But, you know, she's in her 20s now. If she wants to get a fucking septum piercing, then she can... They're not that expensive, dude. I think he's also weirdly controlling about her tattoos, too. But yeah, this is her talking about getting, like, the tattoo experience, and then she sort of gives some input on what Micah was doing.
Weird, I would not expect that, but... Anyway, so yeah, there's that one. This one I got with my friend Gabby, which was also a people pleaser tattoo. Here it is. I think, what was I gonna get originally? I was gonna get something else originally, but I don't remember. For some reason, like, it did not work out. So I just, like, was like, fuck, what do I get? Because I'm here with my friend. And, like, I want to get something. So it's literally like the knife from Valorant. Wait, is this where it's at? Yeah, it is.
It's Jets throwing knives.
It's literally a fucking Valorant tattoo. And then I wanted it, like, on my back or on my leg right here. But Micah was like, no. He was like, no. I was on the phone with him. And I was like, well, I just, like it here. And I think it would look cool. And he was like, no. Which is dumb because it's my tattoo. And then the tattoo guy was like, well, it's your tattoo. You just do what you want. And I was like, no, I can't.
Wait, I don't remember that at all. I thought I was supporting you.
Micah has also repeatedly made jokes about threatening to punch Kiyomi if she says or does something he doesn't like.
You dare do that or I'm gonna punch you. I told you this already. I will punch you in the head if you say that. Because I love you. gonna be right here. I'll just box you. Kiyomi, I'm gonna literally kick you in the head.
Some were rightfully concerned about why a man would ever joke about hurting their partner. However, their ever-loyal fans were quick to come to their defense and insist that Micah was only joking. Some creators also pointed out that Micah was excessively concerned about his health, almost as if he were shaming Kiyomi for not eating as clean as him.
What the fuck is going on here?
Okay, so I lied last video. I'm not just doing avocado and meat. I'm doing fish. Some beef, but I think I'm going pescatarian.
Ew, it's like an entire fish.
I'm doing a fish diet with avocado.
What are you gonna get?
Nothing.
You're not getting anything?
I'll probably steal a slice of meat from your burger.
No.
We have to share though, cause like I ain't.
Get a fucking burger patty then.
I wish I could just eat fucking burgers and have perfect skin like you.
Micah's just fucking eating guacamole.
In fact, some of the couple's fans even nicknamed Micah as an almond boyfriend.
As her almond boyfriend. Do you know what an almond boyfriend is? Almond mom is a mom who tells you like, oh, you're hungry, just put a couple of almonds in your mouth and like suck on them instead of like eating. It's based on Gigi Hadid's mom, Yolanda Hadid, who fit and cares about his appearance, and that's all fine. But it's not fair to impose those strict standards on your postpartum girlfriend.
You guys, look how happy she is.
I love food. I'm actually like a fatty at heart.
She's a foodie. She loves food.
Like my wrists are small, but I'm a fatty.
Yeah, you're a foodie at heart. She does not eat a lot, but she's good at restricting her diet. Or restricting her food intake. She's just bad at restricting the types of food.
This could possibly explain why Kiyomi is so obsessed with her body fat percentage and with counting calories.
I just wanted to throw out a disclaimer. When I say I'm overweight, I don't mean I'm fat. I know I'm not fat. Okay, it's easier to say fat, but like my body fat percentage is too high for my liking. That's what I would say if I was really being specific. Like I'm not at my pre-pregnancy weight.
They're like 2,000 calories in one slice.
Dude, you can eat anything you want. You're telling me you're not gonna eat this?
Let me see the calories.
She takes tracking calories so seriously that she becomes visibly upset when she's unable to, and she even admits she might possibly have an eating disorder.
But here's the problem. How many calories are in this? I don't even know because I didn't really measure anything. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to track correctly today. So that's great. I love having to worry about that. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh my God, you have an eating disorder. Maybe I do.
She's also admitted to feeling insecure about the way she looked when pregnant.
And at that point, I was like very insecure about the way I looked because I already was starting to look very different, and like my body was like definitely not to my liking.
Micah's controlling behavior towards his girlfriend, isn't the only concerning part about him. There's also that time that Micah went on a full-blown homophobic rant about how unsafe he feels around gay men.
What are you going to say?
The gay men are a little bit scarier because they can get you.
Oh my God.
What?
God.
They're
we can't
strong.
Put this in.
Why?
We can't put this in.
Men typically have more muscle, so they can get you.
Okay, that doesn't mean they'll necessarily try to get you.
Right, but if they wanted to, they could. When you're talking about people's sexuality, you have to also involve your own well-being in that. And so there is a scare factor. If somebody's sexuality is raping people or something like that, that's scary to me. And I would say, no. All I'm saying is they like guys, and it's intimidating because I'm a guy. Right?
Okay, sure.
Of course, the internet had a lot to say about Micah's judgmental view of gay men. Judging homosexuals when you're in an incestuous relationship is crazy work, bro. There's a scare factor. Bro really has homophobia. Didn't know people had an actual fear of gay people. Definitely because he's scared that gay men will get him. Straight men aren't considered scary to him because he doesn't have to fear any type of physical or sexual assault. It's a common phenomenon where straight men are afraid of gay men treating them the way they treat women. And what's even worse is that this wasn't even a live stream, which means while editing, they chose to keep Micah's homophobic comments in the video. And as soon as they were called out for their behavior, they resorted to making jokes about it as they always do.
Just be like, I love gay people.
However, after significant backlash, they decided to remove this part of the video. Too little, too late. Apart from the couple's questionable behavior and relationship choices, some on the internet also believe that Kiyomi and Micah's family vlogging is actually borderline child exploitation. Critics found it concerning how Kiyomi and Micah chose to shove a camera in Suni's face from the moment she was born, taking absolutely no steps to protect her from the dangers of the internet. Suni's featured in their content so much that there's multiple instances of her being recognized in public. However, Kiyomi and Micah don't seem to realize how dangerous this can be for their daughter, choosing to laugh it off.
The lady right in front of us.
She was literally walking
Pointed
right next to us.
straight
She
at
was
it.
like, Suni.
So I'll hyperfixate on.
Hi. Hi, sorry.
She like screams out, Suni!
The couple also laughingly discuss how often Suni gets recognized when they're out and about in public.
Okay, you know what's really funny? Every time I get recognized, it's like about Suni though. Like last time I got recognized, this girl just came up to me and she like looked at me and she went, "Is that Suni?"
Many were rightfully concerned about Suni's well-being. To make matters even worse, Suni had become so popular in her parents' vlogs that she literally has multiple fan pages dedicated to her. And instead of feeling concerned that potential predators on the internet were misusing pictures of their baby, Kiyomi even reposted one of the fan pages. People didn't just stop at making fan pages of her children, they also used AI to create videos of her newborn baby Mickey dancing. Viewers were horrified that people were using AI on literal babies. Some creeps on the internet also used AI to make character chatbots based on Suni. Random people on the internet were more disturbed by this happening than Suni's actual parents. This is sick. Dumb little girl. How is Kiyomi not uncomfortable by this? This is terrifying. Genuinely, what the fuck? As one of Kiyomi and Micah's critics put it, Suni at the age of 2 had become a micro-celebrity without her consent.
Conclusion, you don't see many family vlog channels that have fan pages dedicated to their child. It's weird. They have exploited their child to a point where she is her own micro-celebrity, and she's 2. That should not be a thing that happens.
Another creator also called them out for using their children as their main source of income instead of getting jobs to support their family.
It's my position that no matter how likable or funny you may find this couple, there is no legitimate reason to rely on family vlogging for an income. I don't wish them any ill, but on my channel we talk about family vloggers because child labor laws need to catch up to social media. And we as viewers need to stop forming parasocial attachments to strangers' children. Which I know is easy to do. Like, you know, I see kids on my feed and I'm like, oh my god, so cute. And I have to like remind myself like.
However, as of yet, Kiyomi and Micah still continue to use Suni in all their content. And now that they have a new baby, they're continuing the legacy of putting him on the internet too.
How old are you?
I'm 4 years old.
Kiyomi and Micah's excessive posting of themselves and their babies on the internet have led their audience to form weird parasocial relationships. Some fans excessively enable and excuse their behavior, especially in regards to incestual claims.
I don't give a fuck if Kiyomi and Micah are cousins. I don't give a fuck. They have 2 cute-ass kids. They seem really happy together. It doesn't seem like there's any vibes of genetic weirdness with Suni and their other child. Obviously, I don't know their medical history, and I don't really care to, but like, I don't give a fuck. Like, at every single video they'll post of like, you know, like a little cute, oh my god, and everyone's like, they're cousins. They're cousins though. Like, shut the fuck up. And I just want to help you, Abel, but you're not
up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up! You have to go to school. School's almost over.
I don't give a shit.
Others even excused Micah's controversial behavior and the couple's choice to have a baby even when they were homeless.
Wedding can't give head with you ain't shit, need a laxative. Niggas ain't shit, come up in your crib, all up in your face, can't take hands, look at what you did.
While others are creepily obsessed with the couple and their children, like posting themselves crying because Kiyomi gave birth to Mickey.
I somehow see what's beautiful and things that are ephemeral. I'm my only friend of mine.
Some resorted to calling out Kiyomi and Micah's insanely parasocial fan base, but ended up having to turn off the comments due to the immense backlash.
If you have a whole account dedicated to making edits of someone's baby or child, you are a parasocial freak.
In another instance, Some of the people's creepily obsessed fans were fighting in the comments about Suni and Mickey's heights, seemingly trying to one-up each other about who was a bigger fan. Another time, this parasocial fan ran into Kiyomi, Micah, Suni, and Mickey at a supermarket, which seems innocent enough till you read his caption, which just comes off as creepy and obsessive. He went on and on about how starstruck he was, but it was the way he talks about the children, which is slightly concerning. Had such a great day. Bro, I'm at work, literally walking to put away something in the freezer aisle, and literally just right there shopping in front of my face, I literally about fell the fuck out. Kiyomi and Suni. Then, bam. Micah and Mickey. Boy, it was my first time ever being starstruck. I wanted to dicka-dicka-do so bad, but they were just chilling and shopping, so I got my photo and just was polite. They're chill people, man. Had such a terrible morning, then boom, they just show up at my job and make it better. Thanks so much for making my day. Aw, Suni posing. Right? I was so excited. I was like, hi, Suni, and she just kept waving and smiling. She's so good around people. I said bye one more time before they left to Kiyomi, and before she even heard me. Suni saw me first and kept waving. In fact, the comment section had even more parasocial fans who were obsessing over the children. Bro, you have no idea how jealous I am right now. I want to see Mickey so badly. I want to meet them and play with Suni and share memes with Micah and Kiyomi. It should have been us. Bro, we need to go to North Carolina. Bro is going to be part of the vlog. OMG, I'm so jealous. Many were rightfully shocked and disturbed at the extent of an adult's obsession and excitement over meeting a child he watches on the internet. Another fan also went out of his way to post an outrageous comment on one of Kiyomi's blogs, talking about how he was concerned about Suni's social skills and wanted her to introduce herself to the fans first. What's even worse is that 4,000 of Kiyomi and Micah's weird fans also liked the comment, none of them understanding how weird the situation is. This just goes to show how random people on the internet are more concerned for Suni and Mickey's well-being, while their own parents are perfectly happy to continue to exploit them and cater to this creepy parasocial fan base.
Suni. Banana. Oh my god.
Suni.
Apart from potentially exposing their children to predators on the internet and in real life, Kiyomi and Micah's other parenting practices have not been the best either. For starters, Kiyomi was vaping when she was 6 to 7 months pregnant with Suni.
Bro, he's like not even halfway through.
Can I hit? Please.
In another video, you can see smoke coming from Micah's brother, Walter's side of the van, and at the time, both Suni and Mickey were in the van with their parents and uncle.
So I got this coffee with miso caramel.
I wish it was a little more sweet.
Oh shit.
Still good. Here.
Then I got this
Miso?
matcha.
People were shocked at Kiyomi and Micah's disregard for their children's health. In another video, Suni can be heard asking Kiyomi about a geek bar, which is a vape. Instead of being concerned that her child has learned such a word, Kiyomi, of course, laughs it off. Another time, Kiyomi and Micah ended up sharing their own street address when they moved into an apartment, making it unsafe for their own children who already have a weird obsessive fan base. Kiyomi also thought it was no big deal to interact with a known child predator, Missy, who had been caught preying on a 6th grader and literally had a whole fan page for Suni. As if exploiting their kids wasn't bad enough, now they're choosing to continue engaging with a child predator who's obsessed with their daughter, Miki. Miki, who goes by Suni Goonie, I know, gross, on TikTok, is a 22-year-old adult woman who's exposed for preying on one of her 6th grade students back in February. Kiyomi is still answering this girl's snaps as of yesterday. At the least, she should block her. If she cares about her children, she should remove them from the internet completely. And yes, they have been informed about this individual. They know. Back when Suni was a newborn baby, Kiyomi and Micah also kept telling her to shut up because she was interrupting their vlog.
This is my vlog, not yours. Shut up.
You don't talk when other people.
You can talk on your own vlog.
Look how cute she is.
This time, don't talk. Okay, it's mommy's turn to talk, not baby's turn. You always get the turns to talk and not me. This time it's my turn.
Even worse was the fact that Kiyomi also kept referring to newborn Suni as a bitch multiple times.
About to milk this bitch up. Yeah. I'm basically just fat now. Like, I'm 100% fat. I can't really do a calorie deficit because this bitch wants to eat a lot.
While it's easy to just excuse Kiyomi and Micah of being an incestual couple who exploit children, it's also important to understand what happened to the two of them to turn out the way they did. For that, we have to delve into the Vining family lore. their family situation is pretty fucked too. I saw a clip where the guy said his dad used to beat him pretty bad. Wasn't his brother also arrested for beating his 2-month-old child? Yeah, oh my god, I searched it up. So crazy. Oh my god. As you may have already gathered, the Vining family was extremely religious, so growing up, Micah and Kiyomi were forced to be part of a strict Christian community.
The house. Both sides are very religious, even though they're different factions of the same religion.
Yeah, so Micah's family is like Armenian, like all you have to do is pray, and my family is like, if God didn't choose you, it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to hell.
Kiyomi was homeschooled and isolated. She had little chances of interacting with anyone outside the Vining family.
Okay, so I definitely think I'm in the minority on this one, but regarding Kiyomi and Micah, like, once you learn more about their, like, upbringing, their current situation makes more sense. They were in an ultra-strict, religious, isolated community where they only had their own family to really interact with. There wasn't, like, a whole ton of outside interaction. And so to, like, seek solace in their situation, they had each other. In a lot of ultra-religious situations like that, almost like cult-like situations, and honestly, if you read more about that family, there are, like, some news articles on certain family members being absolutely batshit insane and, like, super abusive. So, like, in my head, it's kind of culty, especially that they're, like, homeschooled.
On the other hand, Micah's father was abusive and would often rely on corporal punishments to discipline Micah.
I hate it when people buy food and then don't eat it all and toss it. Like, my dad would make a huge deal if somebody, like, dropped food on the ground and you had to throw it away, or if you didn't, like, eat
I bet
all
your
the food
dad,
on
like,
your plate.
spanked you for dropping food.
Dude, yeah. Like,
Did he actually?
Yeah. I mean, probably. We got spanked a lot. So,
Dude, Micah was literally
and
abused.
growing up...
It's funny.
It's kind of, like, lame that I would let myself get abused like that, but...
Literally, like, that's not manly of you.
I mean...
You should have abused him back.
Kiyomi's family also ended up kicking her out of the house at 17 for smoking marijuana, and with no place else to go, she ended up staying with Micah in his car.
I wanted to clear up some things that I keep seeing people comment. People keep commenting that my parents kicked me out for being pregnant. That's literally not true. They would never do that. They kicked me out, like, way before I got pregnant, and it was, like, kind of my fault because I was being a little... Let's just say I was in my rebellious era.
Is that true? I thought they just kicked you out because you were doing...
Okay, I was doing...
But you were, like, hanging out with me.
They mainly didn't like that I was hanging out with certain people. Micah. Because Micah's annoying.
Let's also not forget about how Micah's mom destroyed Kiyomi's abortion pills, and the Vining family essentially forced the two into having Suni. That just gives a small glimpse into the horrors the two must have endured belonging to such a family.
How they get wind that the pills are coming.
Yeah, I think one of us must have accidentally said something about that.
My mom intercepts the pills. They come there, she intercepts it, it's a whole issue. We're really upset. I don't want to get into it because the villain is my mom. And I don't need to explain it because we're fine now. We've made up, we're fine, everything's fine, kind of to an extent. I just can't trust people with certain things anymore.
Long story short, the pills had been destroyed by his mom without our permission, obviously.
Yes, and I lost my lid. You know, shit hit the fan.
To no one's surprise, Kiyomi and Micah aren't the only messed up Vining family members. Upon digging into how Kiyomi and Micah were related, it's also discovered that one of Micah's uncles, who was also Kiyomi's father's uncle, had committed a murder which had resulted in the death of his young son. And let's not gloss over the fact that Micah's brother Walter was arrested 3 times, out of which one time he allegedly committed child abuse. Micah has talked about his trauma from physical abuse and how it has negatively impacted him, so why does he hang out with his baby beater brother Walter? I'm happy that Micah stopped the abuse cycle with his own children. Unfortunately, his older brother Walter has decided to continue it. The injuries that he gave his 2-month-old son, head injury, fractured ribs, a fractured lower leg. If Walter gave those injuries to Micah's kids, Micah would have gotten angry with him, but it looks like Micah doesn't care about his nephew because he still likes Walter. I understand that Walter is his older brother, but if my relative was beating on their kids, I would ask CPS to give the child to a responsible relative. Also, people with child charges should stay away from kids. However, instead of cutting Walter off, Kiyomi and Micah continue to let him be around their young, defenseless children.
You should be an influencer, Walter.
Thank you.
Just kidding, you get canceled.
To convince everyone.
So, while Micah and Kiyomi aren't exempt from the numerous questionable choices they made, belonging to the Vining family certainly didn't make things easier for them.